The views expressed on this program are those of the producers and individuals appearing on this program and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Sun Prairie Media Center staff, its video service providers, or the staff and elected officials of the City of Sun Prairie.
You are now listening to the Allen and DJ Show on 103.5 FM WLSP-LP, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin. We're here to talk about self-improvement, lifestyle, and becoming the very best version of yourself.
You're now listening to the Allen and DJ Show.
Yo, yo, yo. Milwaukee, Sun Prairie, and all the surrounding areas. Y'all know what time this is, man. It's time for the Allen and DJ Show. And, of course, I'm Allen.
And this is your boy, DJ.
DJ, man, what's poppin', man?
I'm doing all right, man. How about yourself?
Not too good, man. Like, I try to swipe my, man, you know, like my Quest card, man. You know, like, to my SNAP benefits.
Okay.
And me and Bambi arguing in the car. We can't get no deer meat because I'm swiping and ain't nothing coming through. And then it just... Man, like healthcare going at an all-time high. I'm just mad, DJ. And then we're getting all into this stuff, man. And it's all about this. I don't know. I just feel like it's something doing with the government shutdown or something, man. I don't know, man. But I know one thing for sure. We got to get the government. Yo, bro. Bro, like that's it. Let's talk about that today.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about that today.
Okay.
Because I'm fired up, and I know y'all fired up out there too. So without further ado, we're going to bring it to you. You already know the way that the Allen and DJ Show is accustomed to bringing it to you. Mm-hmm. But let's take it from a different standpoint, DJ. So let's talk about things to avoid doing the government shutdown. But okay. I think, you know, things about to lift up in a minute. So that's a good thing.
Yeah.
So now me and Bambi getting along. I said, we didn't get the questions back. Let's do it. You know what I'm saying? So, man, you know, happy about that. But let's talk about visiting national parks and museums, though.
Okay. This is important because like the reason why you want to avoid these places is because of limited staff, man. And basically like the visitor centers are pretty much closed, and like sometimes that leads to like unmonitored campgrounds, meaning like you're at higher risk of like getting injured. You're at higher risk of like being pursued by like animals that you can't be protected by if you encounter them.
Oh God, please don't listen. Hey, I remember the peacock. Man, oh my, man. She was like, she's just happy. Nuh-uh, that thing raised up was $1,000. Somebody help me, please. Oh man, I cut up. I dropped that ice cream on that baby head. I'm sorry. But no, DJ,
he said, I'm sorry.
No, like, man, you're most definitely right. You know, national, federal museums.
I know.
Such as like, you know, like essential services like trash removal, restrooms, maintenance, are suspended basically because like who's gonna do it?
Yeah. You
know what I'm saying? And also that could lead to unsanitary and unsafe and like health hazards and conditions.
Absolutely.
So, you know, like that's why like I would say during government shutdowns, you know, you might want to avoid that part because like how you know, they were saying Mr. President Trump, he was saying like, hey, you know, if you go to work, you know what I'm saying, and let's say like you've been working all this time, they don't know if they want to backtrack and pay you or not. Mm-hmm. So people looking like, okay, well, why should I go to work? Mm-hmm. So, you know, that's us kind of like, yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like I just try to avoid those places, man, by all costs.
But also what this does too is like it stops like the educational programs and like the tours and stuff. Like, you know, like for national parks they have tours and stuff.
Yeah.
So like it stops all that, and because you don't have nobody to run them. And it doesn't give you information on like anything to like actually like go off of. So like you're going into a national park basically blind, and you don't have nobody to basically enforce any rules.
Right.
So if the site says do not enter, it's a reason why you shouldn't enter that site. But if you ain't got nobody there's somebody dumb gonna really go in there anyway
and get hit with a trunk of an elephant. Knock your butt across next week.
Yeah.
Because, you know, they saying like you shouldn't enter, or, you know, like there's nobody here to like, you know, guard these animals, or, you know, It could be unsanitary places inside that museum that can. It might be like a leaky roof that can eventually cave in on you. So
Yep.
you gotta be careful with stuff like that. And then bullet point 2, assuming that the government service will be uninterrupted.
Yeah.
So DJ, how does this tie into things that we should avoid during the government shutdown?
Because like you shouldn't worry about stuff being interrupted because basically everything is contracted. So like if you getting government assistance, like basically like you're contracted to get a certain amount of money or a certain amount of items at that particular time, and it's contracted in. So that means that you're going to get them no matter what. It might just be delayed just because of the shutdown process.
But that's affecting a lot of families.
It
You
is.
know what I'm saying? It's like
Absolutely.
people like depend on Social Security.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Or people depend on SNAP benefits.
Yeah.
Like me and Bambi. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hey, like, man, that hurt.
Yeah.
Because when they tried to pull a snap, you snap me in half. Snap my stomach in half. I was, brother, I'm hungry, brother. I'll tell you. But no, assuming that the government service will be interrupted, it's like, while like essential services like, you know what I'm saying, Social Security, Medicare, payments that are continued to have non-crucial functions are suspended. And by leading to significant delays, it could avoid expecting like prompt services for things like new benefits, verifications, passports, insurance, or non-drain immigration court cases. Because like you might have to go to court eventually because you need to pass your test so you can stay in the country of the United States.
Yep.
And all that stuff can have like a slight delay. But I can understand at the same time things can feel a little rocky because you're like, dude, I don't know what's going on. Like, this is the longest in U.S. history. I think 43, 44 days.
Man, that's crazy.
It's like, dude, that's scary.
Yeah. No, but what you want to do to like avoid this is basically like just keep like some extra money on the side. Like what my mom used to do back in the day is like when people had stamps, she offered them money for the stamp. Like she wanted the stamps, so like she'll offer them money because they wanted money at the time.
Exactly.
And she'll give them money and she'll just take the stamps and just go shopping with those.
Exactly. And you're getting it for the low.
Absolutely.
You're getting it for the low.
But like you can also like if you think like for some reason like your services is going to get delayed or cut off, why don't you call them and make sure?
Yeah, just call and make sure. But then that's why I stress that when you save, you should have at least 6 to 9 months of savings ahead. But then some people were starting to drain through that because once again, you don't know. Yep. And especially like if I hear, like Congress or, the Supreme Justice Court and all that stuff saying that, hey, look, you might be working, but we don't know if we're going to backtrack and pay you. Why people wasn't coming in? They're like, I don't know if I ain't going to get paid. I'm not finna do this.
Yeah.
So now, like, you're kind of gambling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, like, I believe that they will be paid. But I'm just saying, like, at the time, that's what was being thrown out there.
Absolutely.
So, like, it was, like, delaying mail.
Yeah.
All kind of stuff, man.
Yep.
And then, bullet point number 3, making large purchases and also taking on new debt.
Oh, yeah. That's a big one, dude.
But, DJ, why they shouldn't do it, or why should they try to avoid doing this?
Because making large purchases like cuts into like your savings basically, but also taking on new debt basically makes it harder for you to pay off your older bills.
Right. So now you open up another line of credit, you open up another credit card, knowing that you just barely can't pay the other 2 you got. So now look at that, you add no more debt. Don't worry. So as long as I have to work, like I'm gonna get this figured out. Man, you say that now. You know what I'm saying? Or 2, you taking on an extra bill that you don't have to take on. Now you adding on another line of a phone that you know that you can't afford because you just got to get the newest, latest like technology.
Yep.
So like always say like try to avoid doing that because like for federal employees who's working without pay or even contractors right now, those who are funding is cut out immediately. Income is at risk. So why would you want to do that? And avoid making large, like, non-essential purchases by taking, like, new loans or financial, by taking on, like, financial hardships. Because when you just things could get tough, and I get it. And you might be like, hey, you know what? I got to get a credit card. You know, we got to get some food in this house. Or, like, I got to take out a loan. And, you know, that loan will turn to another loan.
Yeah.
And you don't have, like, no ends coming in right now to pay that off. You're just drowning yourself further in debt.
Absolutely.
So those are things I believe that you want to try to avoid during this government shutdown.
Yeah, like Al said, like you want to stop, you want to avoid and stop using like credit cards. Like if you can use a debit card because that's your money. So basically, you utilize your own money to pay off like whatever loans or whatever credit that you accumulated. But also, like what you want to do is stop buying unnecessary things, man. Like if it ain't like essential. Like basically like food or something or clothes or something like that, like don't buy it. Like colognes and stuff like that, like for this type of situation, you don't need that.
Nah, absolutely not. Like, you know, you need stuff that's like more like for survival.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta wash your body.
Yep.
You know, like you gotta, you know what I'm saying, smell good, but like it's not the time to get these high expensive fragrances. You know, like this is like worse than like a recession. Like people are like struggling out here, and people going through it. You'd be surprised.
Oh yeah.
And then you know, you look at your situation, and you able to get up and still go to work every day. You should be considering yourself blessed, because like a lot of people can't do that right now. And a lot of people don't know what they're gonna do. Now, some people are so far behind on their rent. Man, it's rough out here, man.
It is.
And then bullet point 4, relying on routine safety expectations. So when it comes to like the Food and the Drug Administration, and let's say like Environmental Protection Agency, which is the EPA, they often has a routine for like domestic food, drinking like water and hazardous waste, and also site inspections during a shutdown. And also should be mindful of potential public health risks. So, you know, for an example, like you can have state coming in, you know what I'm saying, and you need to have like all the proper things in order. You know what I'm saying, as far as like certain chemicals. Certain chemicals shouldn't be by certain foods. You know what I'm saying? Or, you know, like even dealing with the Drug Food Administration, like you need to make sure like certain meats don't have what you call that salmonella in over.
Oh, is it salmonella?
Yeah. So yeah, you're so smart, dog. But you don't need. But like I'm just saying, like, you know, you don't need to make sure that, you know, that they had that type of stuff. You know, you need to make all sure like all up to date codes and hazards and everything is up to par.
Yeah. No, but what also happens when it comes down to this bullet point too is OSHA sometimes, like what they do, like when it comes down to a government shutdown, it's like they may suspend non-essential work, meaning that their staff is going to be reduced, meaning that they're not going to be able to attend to the routine checkups like they usually do.
Which is going to force other workers to take on more of a heavier load. Yeah. So, you know, which is some jobs are experiencing that now, you know. Yep. Where you're like, yo, like, you know, what's really going on here? Because like some jobs depend on funding, like government funding. Yep. Some jobs depend on what you call those nonprofit organizations donating to them. Yep. And when you got all that stuff kind of being kind of cut out, and that could start hurting the budget. So then like you have to really start tightening up on things. Then us on the outside looking in, you're like, dang, man, they getting cheap, man, they tripping, but they have to cut the budget down or else you won't have a job. Yep. So, you know, like they have to be kind of like cautious on everything. Yep.
And then like sometimes like sometimes like inspections itself, like if corporate was supposed to come in, sometimes that could be delayed because of the government shutdown too. But also like even though like they're going to be delayed doing like certain inspections, other things has to be like inspected, like basically like responding to like dangers like fires and stuff like that, fatalities, and even whistleblowers. Like they will still respond to that before they respond to like your needs.
Exactly. And knowing that like if it's a fire, like what fire extinguisher to use, you know, you got fire extinguisher K, D, F, you know what I'm saying, fire extinguisher A. So, you know, certain grease fires, like you have to use certain fire extinguishers for that. So, you know, like we won't get deep down to the rabbit hole on that one, but just keep that stuff in mind. And then I want to take this from a point now, DJ, where we're talking about tapping into the retirement fund immediately.
I know people that do this all the time.
And people have been doing this as of lately right now because it's just how hard it is.
Yeah.
So break that down for us, DJ.
Like, the reason why you don't want to do this is because, like, you won't even have any money later on when you do actually want to retire.
That's true. And making impulse decisions like withdrawing from your thrift savings, what you call that plan, which is, I call it TSP, without consulting with your financial advisor. Or you didn't have to have a financial advisor. I mean, like, you can just have your significant other. Mm-hmm. And, you know, like, y'all got money and these accounts together. You know, you have to sit down and make a conscious decision on how this money needs to be distributed and implemented. Mm-hmm. I mean, like, that's the first people did. They tapped right into the retirement fund. They're like, oh, no. Like, I got to, you know, and then, which is cool. A lot of people borrow against their 401k. Yeah. But you should do that if you're trying to buy a house or something like that. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. But to just go into that, and I get it, it's hard out here. You got to do what you got to do. Who am I to tell you what to do?
Absolutely. Yeah.
But that's why I say you need to have 6 to 9 months worth of savings.
Absolutely.
And make that be like your last resort.
No, but I got a friend that actually did do that. Like, I worked with him for a while before, like, he actually retired, but he had to retire a little bit later because I was like, ain't you about to, like, you talking about your body hurt, man? Like, ain't you ready to retire? He was like, I can't. I was like, why? He was like, because, man, like, I ain't got enough saved up. And I was like, you don't got a 401k? He was like, I did, but I dipped all into that. I was like, whoa.
I dipped all into that.
I said, whoa. But like, no, but that leads me to say this, like what tapping into your retirement fund does is it basically makes you stay at work longer than your body can physically take.
Yeah. And that's why, you know, like, and it's like no slight to nobody, not trying to be funny. Yeah. But that's why you see people like with they back humps. Yeah. And you're like, hey, come on, Seven. Like, you shouldn't be out here pushing carts. You know what I'm saying? Let me help you with that. And that's what they really have to do. Unless, you know, you retire, but you just want to do something part-time, get out the house, that's fine. Yeah. But when you forced to do this and they physically can't take it, some have to sit down for long periods of time. Yep. And you just kind of in the way. Because then, like, they're looking at it like, okay, we can get a younger body in here, pay them way less, because you just in the way. Yep. And you worked yourself all the way up to exhaustion at this point.
Absolutely.
And that comes from what? Just bad decision making, not being smart with your funds, you know, like with your funds and your finances. Yeah. And also not making, like, do right conscious decisions. I will say, yeah, it's good to have a financial advisor if you got money. But we all don't got money like that. So, you know, you have to be your own financial advisor right now. Or you and your girl, if y'all both on the same page and y'all both responsible with money. It's all about how y'all work into that.
Absolutely.
And then bullet point number 6, DJ, let's talk about self-isolation and focusing on the news.
Oh, yeah.
And I don't like this, man. But
you don't?
Eat on this one. Because, like, this I'm going to talk about frequencies on this one.
I got you. Like, basically, when it comes down to self-isolation, like, the reason why self-isolation is bad for you is because it makes you lazy, dude. Yeah. And then, like, focusing on the news controls your actions and your thoughts. So if you look at something on the news, you're going to react to what they're telling you.
It's true. So why do you think they call it television? Think about this for a minute. We call it television because we'll be telling lies to your vision. Ooh, Al, don't say that. Damn, Al, say it again. We telling lies to your vision. Why you think we are paid actors?
Yeah. Pay attention, guys.
Tell lies to your vision. So when you're watching the news, everything's just always bad. There's a shooting here, there's a shooting there. This happened there, this happened there. Oh, the things are really running out. What are we going to do, right? So when you're watching the news, it's monitoring and it's increasing your stress and your anxiety. And also avoid getting caught up in these cycles where you kind of just constantly going down this deep, like, slippery slope. Where instead of focusing on what you can control, you focusing on the negative instead of like maintaining like routines and also connecting like with your support team. So that's why I don't like watching news, because it bring your frequency down.
Yeah.
You can be having a good day. Do you ever notice your parents like, oh my God, that poor child, or oh my gosh, he didn't deserve that, or he didn't deserve. Oh no. Oh look at oh my God, it's getting real bad out here. And you know, and then people say like, do you watch the news? I say I watch enough to know what's going on, but I don't watch the news. It's like 24/7 like that, because it really does control your vibration.
Yeah.
And it's controlling your emotion.
Yeah.
And that's what it's designed to do, to keep you at fear.
Absolutely. But like what you want to do to avoid this is basically like watch less TV, man. And like if you can, man, go and exercise, man. Like it'll take your mind off of all that stuff. Like during the shutdown, the best way you want to get away from that type of stuff is basically or any type of negative influence, go exercise. Go work out.
And focus on what you can control. You know what I'm saying? Like DJ said, like, man, go get into an activity or something, or, you know, go do some sipping and painting.
Yep.
Do something that's going to bring joy to you. And, you know, don't worry about, oh, I can get so bad out here, I can't even go out the house no more. I don't know what I'm going to do. That's that news, man.
Yep.
So, you know, just try to avoid that at all costs, man. And bullet point number 7, expect and intermediate loan processing.
Oh, okay.
So when you're dealing with that, like now we're talking about processing the new FHA, which is Assured Home Loans, or Small Business Administration, which is SBA, loans that may be delayed due to limited staffing. Let's talk about avoiding counting on these funds and being able to have it on the normal timeline, because it's just not going to happen.
No.
And then that could put you in a frenzy and a panic. And once again, the news could be throwing this out there. I know what I'm gonna do, because this got to be due next week. Relax. Everything gonna come back to full circle, but you can't be so quick to just make sound decisions like that. Like that's like a really bad decision, if you ask me. Now, like, you know, you're starting to borrow out against your business, your home.
Yep.
You know, and like if you're not trying to make that money grow, then like you're going right down the. I mean, it's gonna get to the point where like your business or your home won't have like no value.
No, it won't. Keep on taking out of your house and stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
taking the like equity out.
Yeah. No, basically, when it comes down to processing, like it could be delayed due to the suspension in federal funding and operations.
Yeah. So like that's what they was talking about, like, and that's why the fight was happening between the Democrats and the Republicans. It was more about the federal funding.
Yeah.
You know, trying to make sure like assurance is like still affordable for everybody. Even, you know, saying like trying to lower down like the cost of like housing, like rent and all that, because it's just extremely high.
Yep.
And it's
Absolutely.
at an all-time high this time around. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we're trying to keep it at a happy medium. And I agree with things from a Democrat's point of view, and I agree with some things from a Republican's point of view. That's when people always ask me, what are you? I'm more of a conservative. You know what I'm saying? Because like, I don't believe in that Democrat, Republican. I'm not none of those. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just believe on the side that makes sense and what's right.
Absolutely. And like the reason why like this is so important too is because like federal agencies sometimes are prohibited to incurring new obligations in the absence of enacted funds. Basically meaning like they not allowed to like give out extra funds or obtain new obligations just because of the shutdown or whatever. And then like but sometimes in certain situations or in limited circumstances they can still release funds.
Exactly. Like there's just like, you know, some funds are still getting released. You know what I'm saying? But that's just like an emergency. But then what happens when that runs out? That's why like moving forward, like hopefully this government shutdown taught y'all some things. and taught you how to start making better decisions moving forward. So you won't be one of those families or knowing that anybody that like a loved one or anything won't be affected. But now let's take it from a proactive action as far as like things that you can do and to take instead. So let's talk about building an emergency fund, which is bullet point 8.
Okay. Like what this basically does is it helps you prepare you financially so you don't have to worry about how long the shutdown is.
So I like that because now what you can do, which is that's why I said everything is based off decision making. Not that you can't do these things, but sometimes you might have to go without to have a lot later. What do you mean by that, Al? Well, this is what I mean. If possible, cut out non-essential spending like dining out, entertainment, building up. Try to build up a cash like reserve, where like you putting up so much. I don't care if you got to put up quarters.
Yeah.
I don't care if you got to start a shoebox and put up every time like I get paid, I got to lose $100. $100 got to go.
Yeah.
And you don't think about it. It does not exist. It does not matter. And watch how your money build within time. Because very soon things can go wrong with the banks. At least you got cash.
Yeah.
Like you need something to hold you over. You can say, hey, you know what? I got some emergency funds. And you can say, hey, let's treat ourselves to a nice vacation because you did what you had to do. You cut out the non-essential spending. That's like not as necessary. I know we like nice things, and I do. Love fragrances and all, but sometimes you have to go without to have a lot later.
But like what this also do, Al, too, is like it puts you ahead financially when the shutdown is actually over, and it puts you above like other people that didn't start when you started. So basically, like when you get out of this shutdown, like you'll be leagues ahead of other people that's like, oh, I'm finna start saving up. Oh, I ain't gotta save up as much now because I'm already ahead of you.
I'm already ahead of you. Like I'm just gonna keep building on what I've been building on.
Yeah.
So like it's basically us just giving you the game, and then take that money and invest.
Absolutely.
Because no matter how much you save, like you can't save yourself to be rich. You have to make sound decisions where if you might have to get a financial advisor, that's cool, or somebody that's really good with managing money, go to them for advice.
Absolutely.
And then bullet point 9, contact creditors.
Oh yeah, this is key, man. Like a lot of people don't do this, and then they wonder like why they car get taken and stuff like that. Like basically, what you want to do is like this is what this does. Basically, is it makes the creditors relief and give you your word that you're gonna actually pay them on time.
That's true.
So like instead of the creditors keep calling you and asking for their money, you're calling them and letting them know like, hey, I'm going to pay this on this such and such day. So now they're not going to call you as much, and now they're relieved because they know they finna get their money.
Yeah, and they can trust you. So
yeah,
like if you're anticipating in like having trouble making payments or anything that's beyond that, as far as like mortgages, car loans, credit cards, what we talked about earlier, reach out to lenders to discuss some hardship programs before you miss a payment. Because they might have something where like they might give you a pass, or like you might get 2 passes, or 2 people don't know about this. Like when you got so many medical bills stacked up, like there's a form you can fill out that it's what you call like a forgiveness, where they'll wipe out mostly all your medical bills basically, and you might have to pay $200.
Yep,
and everything is gone. There's ways around things but they're not gonna tell you all this.
Nah, man.
But there's ways around things, man. That's why I say like before you start missing payments or before you start saying, man, forget that, I can't keep up with it, and let yourself go down to more debt. Look into those programs. Like there's got to be hardship programs, like things that you could do to save yourself to help yourself stay afloat till you could do better.
Like, but what's also good about contacting creditors too is that if you're contacting them constantly, like what you're letting them know too is like, I mean, what you also giving them is like, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pay this, and I'm letting you know what days that I'm gonna pay this. They're more likely to work with you and be more lenient towards you, so you could be able to pay off your particular credit or your loan or whatever you got with them. But also, no matter if it's a shutdown or not, they still gonna want their money, dude.
Still gonna want their money. You can't blame that on the government shutdown. Like, come on, give me a break. Trump is really going in on me right now.
They don't care.
What Trump got to do with my money? I need my money.
Like, you took it out. Trump didn't take it out.
Right.
You took it out.
Like, come on, man, give me a break, man. I'm going through a lot right now. Yeah,
Will over there die.
right. All of a sudden, they're gonna get a drink because they're going through it.
Yep.
Just like do it that one way. He's like, I say, get that man out of here. He drunk so much, can't open up his eyes.
I know, dog.
But bullet point 10. Review travel plans. So,
Okay.
DJ, like, why should people review travel plans when it comes to, things that you you can't do as far as like proactive actions and what you can't take instead of
Like what happens is like it basically gives you a chance to like save your money, like, and not spend it on like stuff that you would have spent it on traveling.
That's true. So I like to say verify operational status with any federal faculty or like any plan that you plan to visit, like national parks, or you could do things like this even before you leave. You know what I'm saying? Make sure, okay, send me amount of dollars that, I can, okay, cool. This is what we can do. This is what I got mapped out for us. Where we're cutting back on like expenses, but we're still having fun.
Yeah. But you can also, when you review travel plans, like you could alternate them to where like instead of you going somewhere far like Hawaii, like you could alternate it and go somewhere like Chicago. Like it's just as fun depending on where you go in Chicago.
Not Hawaii.
I know.
You're like, Dad, it's Chicago. Dad, I want to go to Hawaii. Oh, we're going to Columbus, Ohio. Like, man, that dog ain't nothing down there. Oh yeah, no. But I'll probably say Chicago.
Yeah.
Or if you had to pick a state in the Midwest.
Yeah. But like
Not Ohio though.
No, it ain't. No, but like when you want to alternate it to your spending basically, because like Hawaii costs, so you want to alternate it to your spending so you could be able to like afford where you're going.
I know you didn't do Miami, LA, or like man, hold on, brother. Man, I always go there. Well, we're gonna go there again. I'm the head of this family. You're gonna do what I say. And let me tell you something. You're not gonna win. You like, dog, bro. Dang, okay. Strong neck. All right, bro. You like, you got it. And then, like bullet point 11, and then I'm gonna tie this to bullet point 11 and 12. Like tracking your finances and maintaining your student loan payments.
Okay. Like what this does, it basically like helps you keep track of your finances in order for you to, so you don't lose track of what you owe.
So for sure, so like keeping like a what you call that, like a budget plan for yourself.
Yeah.
So like some have like a journal, some have like stuff that they like put on like their laptops and computers where they tracking their expenses. So like making sure, like, okay, let's make sure that, we're not spending our money foolishly. And when what we got left, we can have fun with. So, like, create a bare bone budget where you prioritizing essential expenses like household, food, transportation. Also, like, federal student loan programs generally continue to keep you making payments on time. So you can say, okay, this shouldn't last that long. But you never know. So I have enough to make 5 student loan payments. And that should be able to cover me over till I start back working again. Along with paying my bills and still be able to get food on the table. That's how you do it. Because even if it's over with and you pay 3 student loan payments, you still had enough to do an extra 2 just to cover yourself.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's why I said, like, it's important, like DJ said, it's important when it comes to saving.
Yep.
And it's important when to really track your finances.
But like when also like the reason why like maintaining your student loan payments is key is because like it accumulates interest. And if you miss a payment, that interest is going to constantly go up, and it's going to constantly keep going up. So instead of you paying like something that should have been paid off like for 4 years, it's going to move it to 8 because you're missing payments.
Oh man, oh my God, that sounds bad.
And also with student loans too, like no matter what the situation is, you still owe them that money, and they still gonna want it.
Still gonna want it, and trust me, it ain't gonna never go away.
Nope.
So, for the Allen and DJ's final thought, man, DJ, what's your final thought when it comes to things that people could do to avoid why this government shutdown is happening?
Like, you can't avoid a shutdown because it's orchestrated by the government, but what you can do stuff to prepare yourself for it when it does happen. Like before time, like have an emergency fund and save your money, and pay your bills on time, and maintain like a stable income to where like you. So whenever you get into that particular that crunch or that situation where like you're actually like going into your savings, like you'll be able to like maintain, because you know that the shutdown is not going to be forever.
That's true. And I would tell you this, like just try to like really track your expenses, like make better and try to make sound decisions, even moving forward. Stop focusing on the news so much. Let's build like an emergency fund, because you never know when it could be an emergency. And just make sure that you're maintaining all your bills on time, and don't make large purchases, and don't try to take on new debt that you can't afford, because you're gonna throw yourself deeper and deeper and deeper down the drain. And we don't want to do that, because we want to stay the very best versions of ourselves. And if you did that and you follow these steps, you will be the very best version of yourself. Now, this is the Allen and DJ Show. You can find the Allen and DJ Show at gmail.com if you have any questions about what you want us to talk about next. And you can also find the Allen and DJ Show on Facebook, on our fan page, and you can find the Allen and DJ Show on YouTube. Please subscribe, man. We're getting these subscribers up slowly now, so let's keep on doing what we're doing. And then, let's keep making magic happen. You got the best in-house producer. I got my money on him. William J. Smith, Instagram and Facebook. You can find yours truly, Alan Hutchinson, on Instagram and Facebook. And until next time, man, these are things that we could do to avoid a government shutdown, or else I'm going to shut you down. But stay well, stay healthy.
Peace.